Edward's POV, what you've all been waiting for. I was on my way to Carlisle to spend some much-needed quality time with my brothers, on request of my beloved wife. Well, it was more like a threat, really. Though, if I'm right, she wasn't really going to enjoy spending that much time with my out-of-control, fashion-obsessed sister. But she was right. We needed to see what it was like being away from each other, even if it did make me really crazy and apprehensive. She had asked me once about how vampires fall in love, and how their love is so unchangeable, so strong, so binding. Everlasting love, she sighed in despair. It doesn't exist, Edward. Of course she didn't consider what she felt for me merely human love. It does in my world, Bella, I told her. She was also curious as to how my hunger for her mind and body, especially body, was undying. We couldn't get enough of each other. It's not fair that we get to have it all. These strong, intense feelings we have even now after so long. I mean, I'm hardly complaining, but what about all those people that experience only briefly before it dies out, and then they have to struggle to keep it alive, only to find out it's all in vain? My Bella. The burden she carried on her delicate little shoulders. I had seen practically everything in my 80 years, but nothing the likes of my Bella's mind. She never ceased to amaze me, the direction in which her mind worked. I told her that if humans allow their mind to cloud their inner desires with other trivial matters on a daily basis, we vampires act out of instinct, primal instincts, putting action to our feelings and desires. We didn't wait for the right time, or judge if it was appropriate, or stop to check if other things were priority. It is natural for us to be intimate with our mates for hours on end, even days and weeks. It simply couldn't be easily shut off the way humans manage to do it. Then who am I to stop nature from taking its course? She rightly ended our conversation and proceeded to deal with the matter at hand, the one where I couldn't get enough of her. I was speeding on the highway when I picked up my cell phone a second before it buzzed. It was Jasper. He said something about them having an unexpected visit from Peter, his old friend. Unexpected because Alice saw Peter make the decision only just. So we postponed meeting up until a couple of hours later. All I was concerned about was getting back home to my irresistible Bella. I'm sure she would be annoyed at first, but I could definitely take care of that. I wanted to surprise her, so I didn't park the car in the garage. I stealthily got around to the back door where I could see her hovering around the kitchen. Not very difficult for a vampire. I was about to show up on the kitchen window near the sink when I heard her. "Bloody ale!" she squealed. Was there someone with her? There was no new scent? No, she was alone. Was that a British accent? Did Bella just blurt out a British accent? So she had hidden talents. From what I could see of the boiling water on the stove, she must have popped the pasta in only to be assaulted by the scalding hot water on her hands. I wanted to go to her, to take care of her, but I reluctantly stopped myself. Something in her tone, not to forget the accent, made me realize that I might be overreacting. She could take care of herself, she repeatedly reminded me. So I leaned across the brick wall of the kitchen and decided to keep an eye on her. You know, just for a little while, I promised myself. She ignored the burns, and was now frantically scanning through cabinets and drawers, searching for something. Where is the... Aha! And she whipped out a steel colander. Merci beaucoup. Beaucoup, she said to the drawer and closed it with a gracious nod. My, she was so animated today. I couldn't believe it. Maybe she was tired of being a mental mute and took a break from keeping it all in. She finally decided to give voice to some of her insignificant thoughts, as she preferred to believe. But at that moment I thanked the merciful Creator for my eternal existence. I would need forever to delve into her ever-puzzling and astounding mind. I returned to my innocent spying, and saw her drain the pasta and set it aside. She was an expert in the kitchen, so organized. It was so domestic. My recently discovered heart could have cried from elation. Bella had convinced me that a love like ours could not exist without a heart. She had changed me, my beliefs, and my headstrong opinions of this wasteful, unyielding life.